I'd like to welcome you to the House of Thrillers. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Tonight, we're going to be rehearsing the Shawshank Redemption. Come on in, pull up seat, or come on up and read with us. This is Izzy Pop. Caucasian Sasquatch. Welcome, buddy. You can drop that link out there whenever. Check out. This video is brought to you by the wonderful Izzy Pop. It's Janica Tingles. Check. Lockdown. Tom. Hey, Tom. It's PPR. Izzy's going to be narrating tonight while I take a look at the script and all that good stuff. Hey Sam, it's LBG, welcome. Wolf Owls at Scully. Angela Critters. Winter Booktuber, Minnesota, welcome. Hey Steve-O, burnt flowers, falling, burnt flowers. What's truth? Welcome. Norska, the stock explorer. Pull that script up here in a minute and we'll get messing around. I think we left off at section 43, 44, somewhere in that neighborhood. The Bud Files. Makaraka. Ska. Smart Kropka. Look at that cool video. Tingle. Steve-O and Nikki in the house, in the building.
Yowza. What's up?
Yowza. Trying to get started a little bit earlier.
Well, much obliged, sir.
I think maybe Caucasian may come out. I'm not sure. I think we're going to get Izzy to narrate tonight and see what's up. Any thoughts? Any thoughts from your way?
I guess which thoughts are you looking for?
Well, the thought that you might be doing red because I like your voice. And
Well, much obliged.
is
Much
he too
obliged.
boring for you, or?
No, I can do them.
And now I don't know. I mean, we talked about Caucasian was going to do them too. I
Hey,
think
Bingus.
Bingus is pretty locked into
Cheers.
Andy Dufresne. So
I thought. Bingus is doing a good job doing.
Hadley.
Hard, but yeah, I thought Caucasian might have.
Yeah, let's see who comes up. We might have a few new people come up as well. So
speak and you shall receive.
There he is. Welcome to the show, Caucasian Sasquatch.
Thank you for having me.
So yeah, we kind of dug into it a little bit the other day.
I'm sorry, brother. I
was impromptu, you know. It was last minute.
I had to bury one of my really good friends this past week.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Damn.
Completely. I looked up. This is the first I've heard of anything, so I showed up.
Yeah, I looked at your channel about an hour ago to see what you've been up to, because for some reason or the other, I don't get your thumbnails in my feed now when I used to, you know, and that's
I haven't uploaded it a minute, man. I mean, it's just been about 2 weeks.
The reason.
Been a minute.
Izzy got that link out there if anybody had want to come up and try out for a part or whatever. Welcome to the show, Angela Critters. There's Nikki Rev ASMR Plus. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Where's Nez?
I don't think she's live tonight. I imagine she'll be here for too long.
Hold on, let me call her.
I mean, it's not mandatory, you know, at this point. As soon as we get all these characters down, we'll put a solid rehearsal together. But yeah. Oh, Izzy's got. Let's see. Y'all see that all right up there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, Bingus?
Believe so, yeah.
Okay, good.
I guess I'll just jump in, you know, here or there on some of these characters. I'm gonna get Izzy to narrate so I can kind of take some notes and get a good bird's eye view of all this.
Hi, Izzy.
Hey.
Do you want to play some music tonight? Some of that music, you think?
Play that funky music, white girl.
Play that funky music, white girl.
That kind of sounded like a real guitar.
Yeah, I did.
Was that who did that?
Music, white boy. All right.
Was that Steve-O?
All
right, now do the night court theme. That's the real challenge.
Boom, boom. Boom.
Can you do the Law and Order song? Oh my God. Was that your voice?
My man's good.
Can y'all
hear
the music, Danica? Can y'all hear the music over these men up here?
It sounds pretty good, huh?
I don't know. I want to know if they can hear it. I know you can hear it.
I can hear it.
Thank you, Danica.
We don't want it too loud, but we don't want it too soft.
Yeah, and it depends on which one comes up too.
That's right.
Hey, she said a lot of things. Don't believe her. When do you want to begin, dear?
Oh, whenever you're ready.
Ears, all bucks up here. Okay.
You go now.
Interior, cell block 5, second tier, night. Brooks nods, never missing a beat. He rolls his cart to Andy's cell, mutters through the bars.
Middle shelf wrapped in a towel.
Andy's hands snakes through the bars and makes the object disappear. The hand comes back and deposits a small slip of folded paper along with more cigarettes.
Let me move
Brooks
that
turns
over a
his
little
car.
bit. Hang on. Put that in the center a little bit better. Let's see, how's that look? That's a little bit better. Not about as big as I can get it.
Oh, can
Okay,
you
my
bring?
dear.
Okay, just forget us.
Say again.
Open it more.
Folded paper along with more cigarettes. Brooks turns his card around and goes back. He pauses, sorting his books long enough for Red to snag the slip of paper. Brooks continues on, scooping the cigarettes off the cart and into his pocket. Interior back rooms, stock area, day. A dark tangled maze of rooms and corridors, boilers and furnaces, sump pumps, old washing machines, pallets of cleaning supplies and detergents. You name it. Andy hefts a cardboard drum of X-Light off the stack, turns around, and finds Boggs' diamond in the aisle, blocking his way. Rooster looms from the shadow to his right. Pete Burness on the left, a frozen beat. Andy slams the hextile to the roof, flips off the top, and scoops out a double hand pull.
You get this in your eyes, it blinds you.
Andy backs up, holding them at bay, trying to maneuver through the maze. The sisters keep coming, tense and guarded eyes, riveting, engaging in every move, trying to outflank him. Andy trips on some old giants, uglies. That's all it takes.
Hey, what was that? Let's fix that. Some old what?
Oh, I know.
And he trips on some
Giants. Giant.
Just put Andy.
Nuggies, maybe?
Undies. Go for undies, man.
Some old
Not
giant
mock.
undies.
Any punchers. Let's go deep.
How about that?
Okay. All right.
That's fine.
I'll take it. Go for it.
How about
Andy
just
drifts
a
on some old mop
Some
pills.
great music
That's all
going
it
with
takes.
that. Damn.
They're on him in
Rocking
an
out.
instant, kicking and stomping.
I wish I could tell you that Andy fought the good fight and that the sisters let him be. I wish I could tell you that. But prison is no fairy tale world. He never said who did it, but we all knew.
Andy plods through his day, working, eating, chipping, and shaping his rocks after lights out.
And things went on like that for a while. Prison life consists of routine, and then more routine.
Andy walks the yard, face swollen and bruised.
Every so often, Andy would show up with fresh bruises.
Andy eats breakfast a few tables over, blows him a kiss.
And the sisters kept at him. Sometimes he was able to fight them off, sometimes not.
Andy's into a corner in some dingy part of the prison, wildly swinging, taking his tormentors.
He always fought. That's what I remember. He fought because he knew if he didn't fight, it would make it that much easier not to fight the next time. Half the time it landed him in the infirmary, and the other half it landed him in solitary.
Interior prison laundry day. Andy is working the line.
And that's how it went for Andy. That was his routine. I do believe those first 2 years were the worst for him. And I also believe if things had gone on that way, this place would have got the best of him. But then in the spring of 1949, the powers that decided that...
Sasquatch, you want to play Norton right now? Or
The roof of the license plate factory needs resurfacing. I need a dozen volunteers for a week's worth. We're going to be taking names in this here steel bucket.
Red glances around at his friends. Andy also catches his eye.
It was outdoor detail, and May is one damn fine month to be working outdoors.
Exterior prison yard, day, 1949. Cons shuffle past, dropping slips of paper into a bucket.
More than 100 men volunteered for the job.
Red saunters to a guard named Tim Youngblood, mutters discreetly in his ear. Exterior prison yard, day, 1949. Youngblood is pulling names and reading them off. Red exchanges grins with Andy and the others.
And wouldn't you know it, me and some of the fellas I know were among the names called.
Interior prison corridor, night, 1949. Red slips Youngblood a pack of cigarettes. 6 packs of cigarettes.
Only costs us a pack of smokes per man, and I made my usual 20%, of course.
Exterior license plate factory, day, 1949. A tar cooker bubbles and smokes. 2 cons dip up a bucket of tar and tie a rope to the handle. The rope goes taut. Camera follows a bucket of tar up the side of the building to the roof, where it is relayed to the work detail. The men are dipping big pad brushes and spreading the tar. Angles over to Byron Hadley.
So this shithead lawyer calls long distance from Texas, and he says, Byron Hadley? I said, yeah. He says, sorry to inform you, but your brother just died.
Damn, Byron, sorry to hear that.
I ain't. He's an asshole. Run off years ago. Family ain't heard of him since. Figured him for dead anyway. So this lawyer prick says, your brother died a rich man. Oil wells and this shit. Close to $1 million. Jesus, it's freaking incredible how lucky some assholes can get.
$1 million? Jeez,
$1
no way.
million bucks.
See any of that?
Louise. You got it.
35,000, that's what he left me.
Dollars? Holy shit, that's great. It's like winning the lottery, ain't it?
Dumb shit. What do you figure the government's gonna do to me? Take a big wet bite out of my ass, that's what.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Maybe leave me enough to buy a new car with, then what happens? You pay tax on the car, repairs, maintenance, goddamn kids pestering you to take them out for a ride.
What you do?
And drive it if they're old enough.
Let Sasquatch be married. I don't think
And
anybody's
drive
gonna
it
do
if
that.
they're old enough.
There you go. Right on.
That's right. Want to drive it. Want to lean on it. For Christ's sakes. Then at the end of the year, if you figure the tax wrong, they make you pay out your own pocket. Uncle Sam puts his hand in your shirt and squeezes your tit till it's purple. Always get the short end. That's a fact. Some brother. Shit.
The prisoners keep spreading tar. Eyes on the work.
Oh,
I'm
Byron.
gonna play Haywood.
Okay.
All right. Poor Byron. What terrible fucking luck. Imagine inheriting $35,000.
Crying shame. Some folks got it bad.
Red glances over and is shocked to see Andy standing up, listening to the guards talk.
Andy, psst. Hey, you nuts? Keep your eye on your pail.
Andy tosses his pad in the bucket and strolls toward Hadley.
Andy, come back. Shit.
What's he doing?
Getting himself killed. God damn it.
Just keep spreading that tar.
The guards stiffen at Andy's approach. Youngblood's hand goes to his holster. The tower guards clack their rifle bolts. Hadley turns stupefied to find Andy there.
Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife? That's funny. You're going to look funnier sticking my dick with no fucking teeth. What I mean is, do you think go behind your back trying to hamstring you? That's it. Step aside, Mert. This fucker's having himself an accident.
Hadley grabs Andy's collar and propels him violently towards the edge of the roof. The cons furiously keep spreading tar.
Oh, God, he gonna do it. He's gonna throw him off the roof. Oh, shit, Papa Jesus.
Because if you do trust her, there's no reason in the world you can't keep every cent of that money.
Hadley abruptly jerks Andy to a stop at the edge. In fact, Andy's past the edge, beyond his balance. Shoe tips scraping the roof. The only thing between him and an ugly drop to the concrete is Hadley's grip on the front of his shirt.
You better start making sense. If you want to keep that money, all of it, just give it to your wife. See, the IRS allows you a one-time only gift to your spouse. It's good up to $60,000. Nah, that ain't right. Tax-free? Tax-free. IRS can't touch can't touch 1 cent of it.
The cons are pausing work, stunned by this business discussion.
You that smart banker that shot his wife. Why should I believe a smart banker like you so I can wind up in here with you? It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. Actually, I feel silly telling you all this. I'm sure you would have investigated the matter yourself. Fucking A! I don't need no smart wife-killing banker to show me where the bear shits in the buckwheat. Of course not. But you will need somebody to set up a tax-free gift. And that'll cost you. A lawyer, for example. Ambulance chasing, highway robbing cocksuckers. Or, come to think of it, I suppose I could set up for you, or I could set it up for you. That would save you some money. I'll write down the forms you need, and you can pick them up, and I'll prepare them for your signature, nearly free of charge. I only ask 3 beers apiece for my coworkers, if that seems fair.
Co-workers, get them. That's rich, ain't it? Co-workers.
Hadley freezes him with a look. Andy presses on.
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man if he can have a bottle of suds. It's only my opinion.
The convicts stand gaping, all pretense of work gone. They look like they've been poleaxed. Hadley shoots them a look.
What are you chimney staring at? Back to work, God damn it!
Exterior license plate factory day, 1949, as before an object hauled up the side of the building by rope. Only this time it's a cooler of beer and ice.
Looking good, looking good.
And that's how it came to pass. That on the second to last day of the job, the convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of 49.
Exterior roof shortly later, 1949. The cons are taking the sun and drinking beer.
Wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold black label beer, courtesy of the hardest screw that ever walked a turn at the Shawshank State Prison.
Drink out, boys, while it's cold.
The colossal prick even managed to sound magnanimous.
Red knocks back another sip, enjoying the bitter cold on his tongue and the warm sun on his face.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men. We could have been tar on the roof of one of our own houses. We were the lords of all creation.
He glances over to Andy squatting apart from the others.
As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade, with a strange little smile on his face, watching us drink his beer.
Here's a cold one, Andy.
No thanks, I gave up drinking.
Haywood drifts back to others, giving them a look.
You could argue he'd done it to curry favor with the guards, or maybe to make a few friends among us cons. Me, I think he did it just to feel normal again, if only for a short while.
Very good, very good.
Exterior prison yard, the bleachers, day, 1949. Andy and Red play checkers. Red makes his move.
King me.
Chess. Now there's a game of kings, civilized, strategic.
And totally fucking inexplicable. Hate the game.
Maybe you'll let me teach you someday. I've been thinking of getting a board together.
Well, you come to the right place. I'm the man who can get things.
We might do business on a board, but the pieces I'd like to carve those myself. One side done in quartz, the opposing side in limestone.
That'd take you years.
Years I got. What I don't have are the rocks. Pickings here in the exercise yard are pretty slim.
How's that rock hammer working out anyway? Scratch your name in the wall yet?
Not yet. I suppose I should.
Andy, I guess we're getting to be friends, ain't we?
I suppose we are.
Can I ask you a question? Why'd you do it?
I'm innocent, remember? Just like everybody else here.
Red takes this as a gentle rebuff. Keeps playing.
What are you in for, Red?
Murder? Same as you.
Innocent?
The only guilty man in Shawshank.
Interior Andy's cell, night, 1949. Andy lies in his bunk after the lights out, polishing a fragment of quartz in the light of the moon. He pauses, glances at all the names scratched in the wall. He rises, makes sure the coast is clear, and starts scratching his name into the cement with his rock hammer, adding to the record. While a convict audience hoots and catcalls, talking back to the screen, we find Red slouched in a folding chair, watching the movie. Andy enters, backlit by the flickering
Scully.
glare of the projector and takes a seat next to him.
Here's the good part. Bugs come out of the walls to get his ass.
Yeah, I did that.
I know I've seen it 3 times this month already.
Ray Milan starts screaming. The entire audience screams with him. High-pitched and hysterical, Andy fidgets.
Can we talk business?
Sure. What do you want?
Rita Hayward. Can you get her?
No problem. Take a few weeks. I don't have her stuffed down my pants this very moment. Sorry to say. Relax. What are you so nervous about? She's just a woman.
Andy nods, embarrassed. He gets up and hurries out. Red grins, turns back to the movie. Interior auditorium corridor, night, 1949. Andy exits the theater and freezes in his tracks. 2 dark figures loom in the corridor, blocking his path. Rooster and Pete. Andy runs back and runs right into Boggs. Instant bear hug. The sisters are on him like a flash. They kick a door open and drag him into the projection.
Gotta get your ass to Scully's. Hold on a second.
What's up?
What?
Is there anybody else out there wants to come up?
Join us.
Anybody in chat want to come up and join us?
Come
Drop the
forward
link again,
and
maybe.
join us.
Hey, Sister Callie, how you doing? Anna, welcome. Pendar, Naughty Nikki,
Hey, Pendar.
Janica.
Is there a reason?
Say Pat's fan for.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason I was interrupted during my part?
Yes.
The narrator's the one that always gets interrupted.
It's exactly.
I wanted to see if we can drop the link over there again.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Well,
I
she is
did,
so far
Scully.
ahead of you, bro. You need to sit back, relax, and just let this
Kick
happen.
it back. I'm
Sorry,
kicking back.
Don't push buttons. Don't do none of that
It's
stuff.
like watching a movie.
Phone rang and that was Nez.
Don't press no buttons. We need somebody to come up and play Boggs. What's the Boggs character like?
Exactly what do you want Boggs to
He's,
sound
ve-
like?
he's flamboyantly
Right
gay.
there.
Man, that's it. That's Boggs.
Exactly how scary would you like this man to be?
I
Is
like
my
the first
question.
one though.
You
What
prefer
was
the
that?
first one? We can go with the first one if you prefer.
The projection booth, where they confront the startled projectionist, an old con blinking at them through thick bifocals.
Take a walk.
I have to change the reels.
I said fuck off.
Terrified, the old man darts past and out the door. Pete slams and locks it. Boggs shoves Andy to the center of the room.
Ain't you gonna scream?
Andy sighs, cocks his head at the projector.
They never hear me over that. Let's get this over with.
Seemingly resigned, Andy turns around, leans on the rewind bench, and curls his finger around a full 1,000-foot reel of 35mm film. Rooster licks his lips, pushes past the others.
Rooster.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Who's Rooster?
Well, we're looking for a rooster. Anybody want to be a rooster?
I did that.
I've been a cock most of my life. I really don't have an issue with it if you want. But
I mean, I have one.
just
You
saying.
got a rooster? Hey. Okay. Let's see.
Me first.
Okay, let's see.
Andy whips the reel of film around in a vicious arc, smashing it into Rooster's face and bouncing him off the wall.
Fuck! Shit, he broke my nose!
Andy fights like hell, but is soon overpowered and forced to his knees.
Oh,
Boggs steps up. Scully, you keep it up and I'm going to mute you.
God. Look at the narration that's
Things
coming
become
up.
in, baby. It's gonna happen.
Oh my
He just
God.
skips right past. He just skips right past my
Look
line,
at
Sarah.
that. Isn't that something?
Andy fights like hell, but is soon overpowered and forced to his knees. Boggs steps to Andy, pulls out an awl with a vicious 8-inch spike, gives him a good long look at it.
Now I'm gonna open my fly and give you, and you're gonna swallow what I give you to swallow. And when you're done with mine, you're gonna swallow Rooster's. You done broke his nose, so he ought to have something to show for it.
Anything you put in my mouth, you're going to lose.
You don't understand. You do that, I'll put all 8 inches of the steel in your ear.
Okay, but you should know that sudden serious brain injury causes the victim to bite down hard. In fact, I understand the bite reflex is so strong, the victim's jaws have to be pried open with a crowbar.
Andy gets a
Boot heel.
I know, I was letting Ned's up. Andy gets a boot heel in the face. The sisters start kicking and beating the living shit out of him with anything they can get their hands on. In the theater, the convicts are chanting and clapping for the movie to come back on.
Boggs didn't put anything in Andy's mouth, and neither did his friends. What they did do was beat him within an inch of his life.
Interior Infirmary, day 1949. Andy lies wrapped in bandages.
Andy spent a month in traction.
Interior Solitary Confinement, day 1949.
Boggs spent a week in the hole.
Boggs sits on bare concrete. The steel door slides open.
Time's up, Boggs.
Interior Cell Block 5, third tier, dusk. Boggs comes up the stairs, smoking a cigarette. Not many cons around. The place is virtually deserted. A voice echoes dimly over the PA system.
Return to your cell blocks for evening count.
Boggs enters his cell. Dark in here. He fumbles for the light. Light cord, yanks it. Then sudden light reveals Captain Hadley 6 inches from his face, waiting for him. Mert steps in behind Boggs, hemming him. Before Boggs can even open his mouth to say, "What the fuck?" Hadley rams the tip of his baton brutally into his solar plexus. Boggs doubles over, gagging, his wind out. Ground floor 70. Ernie comes slowly around the corner, rolling a steel mop cart loaded with supplies. Second tier 71. Oh, second tier. Red is Darning a sock in his open cell, he pauses, frowning, hearing strange thumping sounds. What the hell is that? Third tier. It's Hadley and Mert methodically and brutally pulping Boggs with their batons and kicking the shit out of him for good measure. He feebly tries to ward them off. Second tier. Puzzled, Red steps from his cell. Following the sound, it dawns on him that it's coming from above. He moves to the railing and leans out, craning around to look up. Red's point of view, just as Boggs flips over the railing and comes sailing directly toward us, eyes bugging out, screaming as he falls. Red, slow motion, jumps back as Boggs plummets fast, missing him by inches, arms swimming and trying to grab the railing, but missing that too, screaming, ah, all the way down the ground floor and impacting on Ernie's gassing mop cart in an enormous eruption of solvents cleansers. The cart is squashed flat, shooting out from under Boggs and skidding across the cell block floor like a tiddlywink, kicking up sparks for 30 yards. Ernie is left gaping in shock at Boggs and all Boggs-related wreckage at his feet. Second tier. Red is stunned. He very tentatively leans out and looks up. Above him, Hadley and Mert lean on the third tier railing. Hadley tilts the cap back on his head, shakes his head. Mert.
Who's Mert?
That's you, Squatch.
All right. Damn, body that.
Poor fella must have tripped.
A tiny drop of blood drips off the toe of Hadley's shoe and splashes across Red's upturned cheek. He wipes it off, then looks down at Boggs. Cons and guards are racing to the scene.
Two things never happened again. After that, the sisters never laid a finger on Andy again.
Exterior, prison yard, loading dock, day. Boggs, wheelchair bound and wearing a neck brace, is loaded onto an ambulance for transport. Behind the fence stand Red and his friends, watching.
And Boggs never walked again. They transferred him to a minimum security hospital upstate. To my knowledge, he lived out the rest of his days drinking his food through a straw. I'm thinking Andy could use a nice welcome back when he gets out of the infirmary.
Sound good to us. Figure we owe him for a beer.
Man likes to play chess. Let's get him some rocks.
Exterior, field day, 1949. 100 cons at work. Hose rise and fall in long waves. Guards patrol on horseback. Haywood turns up a rocky chunk, quickly shoves it down his pants. He maneuvers to Red and the others, pulls out the chunk and shows it to them.
Let's see here. Floyd, Haywood, and Snooze.
Who's Floyd?
Yes, I'll do Floyd. Nez can play Floyd.
Okay.
And I'll do Haywood, and
Who's?
you can do Snooze. Sasquatch can do Snooze. Okay.
Super.
All right. Nez, you be Floyd. Take it from there.
That ain't quartz nor limestone.
Oh, good. What are you fucking geologist?
He's right, ain't it?
What the hell is it then?
Horse apple.
Bullshit.
No, horse shit. Petrified.
Cackling, the men go back to work. Haywood stares at the rock. He crumbles it in his hands.
Despite a few hitches, the boys came through in fine style.
Interior, prison laundry, back room, day. A huge detergent box is filled with rocks, hidden in the shadows behind a boiler furnace.
And by the week Andy was due back, we had enough rocks saved up to keep him busy till rapture.
Angle shifts to Red as he plops a bag of laundry on the floor. Leonard and Bob toss a few more down. Red starts pulling out contraband, giving them their commissions.
Also got a big shipment in that week. Cigarettes, chewing gum, shoelaces, playing cards with naked ladies on them, you name it. And of course, the most important item.
You've missed it.
Well,
Something happened.
Roll it back up.
Just a hair.
Roll it
Just
back up. Okay.
Most important that. Okay, yeah, no, we got it.
this should be good.
Interior cell block 5 night. Andy, limping a bit, returns from the infirmary. Red watches from his cell as Andy is brought up and locked away. Interior of Andy's cell, nighttime. Andy finds the cardboard tube lying on his bunk.
Lights out.
The lights go off. Andy opens the tube and pulls out a large rolled poster. He lets it uncurl to the floor. A small scrap of paper flutters out, landing at his feet. The poster is the famous Rita Hayworth pinup. One hand behind her head, eyes half closed, sulky lips parted. Andy picks up the scrap of paper. It reads, "No charge. Welcome back." Alone in the dark, Andy smiles. Interior cell block 5, morning. The buzzer sounds. The cells slam open. Cons step from their cells. Andy catches Red's eye, nods his thanks as the men shuffle down to breakfast. Red glances into Andy's cell and sees Rita in her new place and of honor on Andy's wall. Sunlight casts a harsh, barred shadow across her lovely face. Interior cell block 5, nighttime. Ernie is mopping the floor. He glances back and sees Warden Norton approach the cell block with an entourage of a dozen guards. Still mopping, Ernie mutters to the nearest cell. Norton arrives, makes a thin show of picking a cell at random. He motions at Andy on his bunk and reading his Bible. The door is unlocked. Norton enters, trailed by his men. Andy rises.
So Nez is playing Norton, okay?
Yes. Yep.
I was just getting Sasquatch to fill in with that, but I know that you really wanted to play that, so
Thank you.
Good evening.
I'll be honest, I'm drinking tonight. I probably shouldn't be playing much of anything except
you're doing awesome, man.
Well, at first, all the
Enjoying your
prisoners
company.
were drinking. They were all drinking, so you're okay.
Good evening.
Norton gives a curt nod. Hadley and Trout start tossing the cell in a thorough search. Norton keeps his eyes on Andy, looking for a wrong glance or nervous blink. He takes the Bible out of Andy's hand.
I'm pleased to see you reading this. Any favorite passages?
Yes. Watch ye therefore, ye not know when the master of the house cometh.
Luke, chapter 13, verse 35. I've always liked that one. But I prefer, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
John chapter 8, verse 12.
I hear you're good with numbers. How nice. A man should have a skill.
You want to explain this?
Andy glances over. Hadley is holding up a rock blanket. A polishing cloth, roughly the size of an oven mitt.
It's called a rock blanket. It's for shaping and polishing rocks. Little hobby of mine.
Hadley glances at rocks lining the windowsill, turns to Norton.
Looks pretty clean. Some contraband here. Nothing to get in a twist over.
Norton nods, strolls to the poster of Rita.
I can't say I approve of this, but I suppose exceptions can always be made.
Norton exits. The guards follow. The cell door is slammed and locked. Norton pauses, turns back.
I almost forgot.
He reaches through the bars and returns the Bible to Andy.
I'd hate to deprive you of this. Salvation lies within.
Norton and his men walk away.
Tossing cells was just an excuse. Truth is, Norton wanted to size Andy up.
Interior, Warden Norton's office, day 1949. Andy is let in. Norton is at his desk doing paperwork. Andy's eyes go to a framed needlepoint sampler on the wall. Behind him that reads, his judgment cometh, and that right soon.
My wife made that in church group.
Wow, it's very pretty, sir.
You like working in the laundry?
No, sir, not especially.
Perhaps we can find you something more befitting a man of your education.
Interior, main building, storage rooms, day 1949. A series of bleak rooms stacked high with unused filing cabinets, desks, paint supplies, etc. Andy enters. He hears a flutter of wings. An adult crow lands on a filing cabinet and struts back and forth, checking him out. Andy smiles.
Hey, Jake, where's Brooks?
Brooks Hatlin pokes his head out of the back room.
Andy, I thought I heard you out here.
I've been reassigned to you.
I know that they told me. Ain't that a kick in the ass? Come on in, I'll give you the dime tour.
Interior, Shawshank Prison Library, day 1949. Brooks leads Andy into the bleakest back room of all. Rough plank shelves are lined with books. Brooks, private domain.
Here she is, the Shawshank Prison Library. Along this side, we got the National Geographics. That side, the Reader's Digest condensed books. Bottom shelf there, some Louis L'Amour and some Earl Stanley Garners. Every night I pile the cot, make my rounds. I write down the names on this clipboard here. Well, that's it. Easy peasy, Japanesey. Any questions?
Andy pauses. Something about this doesn't make any sense.
Brooks, how long you been librarian?
Since 1912. 37 years.
In all that time, have you ever had an assistant?
Never need one. Not much to it, is there?
So why now? Why me?
I don't know. Be nice to have some company down here for a change.
Hey, let's let Caucasian play Hadley for right now.
Dufresne.
Andy steps back into the outer rooms and finds Hadley with another guard, a huge fellow named Deacons.
Hey, Scully, you're Hadley.
Who's Hadley?
Caucasian is playing Hadley.
No.
I thought you've been playing Hadley for 2 hours, man. I was Hadley once. You took the
Dingus has been playing
Dingus has been
Hadley.
playing
I've been playing Hayworth.
Oh, you're right, Haywood. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, because there's a lot of back and forth with Hadley and Andy.
It would
That
help
one
to get
scene
that
where Bingus was
divided
having
up.
to stretch his voice, and I thought it might work out better if we just play with that for a while. Nothing in stone yet, so I can do Deacons or whatever.
Read the line.
Or let's
Where are we
see
at?
here. Andy steps back into the outer rooms and finds Hadley with another guard, a huge fellow named Deacons.
That's him. That's the one.
Hadley exits. Deacons approaches Andy ominously. Andy stands his ground, waiting for whatever comes next. Finally,
Deacons. I've been thinking about maybe setting up some kind of trust fund for my kids' educations.
Andy covers his surprise, glances at Brooks. Brooks smiles.
I see. Well, why don't we have a seat and talk it over?
Pull one of them desks there.
Andy and Deacons grab a desk standing on end and tilt it to the floor. They find chairs and settle in. Brooks returns with a tablet of paper and a pen, slides them before Andy.
So, what did you have in mind? A weekly draw on your pay?
Yeah, I figured just stick it in the bank, but Captain Hadley said check with you first.
He was right. You don't want your money in a bank.
I don't.
What's that going to earn you? 2.5%, 3% a year? We can do a lot better than that. See here. So tell me, Mr. Deacons, where do you want to send your kids? To Harvard or Yale?
Interior mess hall day.
He didn't say that.
God is my witness. And Deacons just blinks for a second, laughs his ass off, and afterward, he actually shook Andy's hand.
My ass.
Shook his fucking hand, just about shit myself. And Andy needed a suit. All Andy needed was a suit, tie, and jiggly little hula girl on his desk, and he would have been Mr. the Frame, if you please.
Sorry.
Making yourself some friends, Andy.
I wouldn't say friends. I'm a convicted murderer who provides sound financial planning. That's a wonderful pet to have.
Got you out of the laundry, didn't it?
Maybe it can do more than that. How about expanding the library? Get some new books in here.
How you expect to do that, Mr. Dufresne, if you please?
Ask the warden for funds, of course.
After all around.
Hold
Andy
on.
blinks at them.
You got to do that right, man. You got to do that part right. Mr. Dufresne, if you please. You got to put the sass on it or it don't work.
And how you expect to do that, Mr. Dufresne, if you please?
Exactly. That's it.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be narrating during the show, so if you want to play Haywood, why don't you
I'm
give
sorry,
it a
man.
shot?
I'm not throwing no shade. I'm just saying, if you please.
There you go.
Sorry.
Laughter all around. Andy blinks at them.
Son, I've had 6 wardens through my tenure, and I've learned one great immutable truth of the universe. Ain't one of them been born whose asshole don't get pucker up tight as a snare drum when you ask him for funds.
Interior main building hallway day 1949. Dolly and Norton and Andy up the hall.
Not a dime. My budget's stretched thin as it is.
I see. Perhaps I could write to the state senate and request funds directly from them.
As far as them Republican boys in Augusta are concerned, there's only 3 ways to spend the taxpayers' hard-earned when it comes to prisons. More walls, more bars, more guards.
Still, I'd like to try with your permission. I'll send a letter a week. They can't ignore me forever.
They sure can, but you write your letters if it makes you happy. I'll even mail them for you. How's that?
Interior Andy's cell night. Andy's on his bunk, writing a letter.
So Andy started writing a letter a week, just like he said.
Interior guard's desk. Norton's outer office day 1949. Andy pops his head in. The guard shakes his head.
And just like Norton said, Andy got no answers, but he still kept on.
Interior prison library. Andy's office day 1950. Andy is doing taxes. Mert Entwistle is seated across from him. Other off-duty guards are waiting their turn.
The following April, Andy did the tax returns for half the guards at Shawshank.
Interior prison library. 1 year later, 1951. Tax time again. Even more guards were waiting.
The year after that, he did them all, including the wardens. Yes, sir, Andy was a regular H&R Block, In fact, he got so busy at tax time, he was allowed a staff.
Angle shifts to reveal Red and Brooks doing filing chores.
Say, Red, could you hand me a stack of those 1040s?
Got me out of the wood shop a month out of the year, and that was fine by me.
Interior guard desk, Norton's outer office, day 1953. Andy enters and drops a letter on the outgoing stack.
And he still kept sending those letters.
Interior Andy's cell, night 1953. Dark. Andy's in his bunk, polishing a 4-inch length of quartz. It's a beautifully crafted chess piece in the shape of a horse's head. Poise and nobility, captured in gleaming stone. He puts the knight on the chessboard by his bed, adding it to 4 pieces already there. A king, a queen, and 2 bishops. He turns to Rita. Moonlight casts bars across her face. Exterior exercise yard, day 1954. Floyd runs into the yard, scared and winded. He finds Andy and Red on the bleachers.
Red, Andy, it's Brooks.
Interior prison library, Andy's office, day. Floyd rushes in, Andy and Red at his heels. They find Jigger and Snooze trying to calm Brooks, who has Haywood in a chokehold and a knife to his throat. Haywood is terrified.
Jigger. Who was playing Jigger? I guess I mean that might be a good small part for Bingus. He hadn't had anything in a while.
Come on, Brooksy, why don't you just calm the fuck down, okay?
Goddamn miserable puke-eating sons of whores.
He kicks a table over, tax files explode through the air.
What the hell is going on?
You tell me, man, 1 second he was fine and out came the knife. I better get the cards.
No, we'll handle this. Ain't that right, Brooks? Just settle down. We'll talk about it, okay? Nothing left to talk about. It's all talked out. Nothing left now but to cut his fucking throat. Why? What's Haywood done to you? That's what they want. That's the price I gotta pay.
Andy steps forward, rivets Brooks with a gaze, softly.
Brooks, you're not gonna hurt Haywood. Haywood, we all know that. Even Haywood knows it. Right, Haywood? Haywood, right?
Right, Haywood?
Am I Haywood now? I missed that. My bad.
I want to hear you.
Sure.
Haywood.
Okay, sure. I know that, sure.
Why ask anyone? They'll tell you. Brooks Hatlin is a reasonable man.
Yeah, that's right. That's what everybody says.
You're not fooling anybody, so just put the damn knife down and stop scaring the shit out of people.
But it's the only way they'll let me stay.
Brooks bursts into tears. The storm is over. Haywood staggers free, gasping for air. Andy takes a knife, passes it to Red. Brooks dissolves into Andy's arms with great heaving sobs.
Take it easy, man. You'll be all right.
Him? What about me? Crazy old fool. Goddamn near slit my throat.
You've had worse from shaving. What'd you do to set him off?
Nothing. I just came in to say fare thee well. Ain't you heard his parole came through?
Red and Andy exchange a surprised look. Andy wants to understand. Red just motions to let it be for now. He puts his arms around Brooks. He puts his arm around Brooks, who sobs inconsolably, softly.
Ain't that bad, old hoss? Won't be long till you're squiring pretty girls, young girls on your arm and telling them lies.
Exterior prison yard, bleachers, dusk, 1954.
You know, I just don't understand what happened in there, that's all.
Old man's crazy as a rat in a 10 shit houses. What?
Haywood, enough. Ain't nothing wrong with Brooksy. He just institutionalized. That's all.
Institutionalized my ass.
Man's been here 50 years. Place is all he knows, and here he's an important man, an educated man, a librarian. Out there, he's nothing but a used-up old con with arthritis in both hands. Couldn't even get a library card if he applied. You see what I'm trying to say?
Red, I do believe you're talking out your ass.
Believe what you want. These walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. After long enough, you get so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
Shit, I could never get that way.
Say that when you've been as long as Brooke has. Goddamn right. They send you here for life, and that's just what they take away. Part that counts, anyways.
Exterior Shawshank Prison, dawn, 1954. The sun rises over Greystone. Interior Andy cell, dawn, 1954. Angle on Rita poster, sexy as ever. The rising sun sends fingers of rosy light creeping across her face. Interior library, dawn, 1954. Brooke stands on a chair, poised at the bars of a window, cradling Jake in his hands.
I can't take care of you no more, Jake. You go on now. You're free.
He tosses Jake through the bars. The crow flaps away. Exterior Shawshank Prison, main gate, day, 1954. Two short siren blasts herald the opening of the gate. It swings hugely open, revealing Brooks standing in his cheap suit, carrying a cheap bag, wearing a cheap hat. Brooks walks out, tears streaming down his face. He looks back. Red, Andy, and others stand at the inner fence, seeing him off. The massive gate closes, wiping them from view. Interior bus day, 1954. Brooks is riding the bus, clutching the seat before him, gripped by terror of speed and motion.
Dear fellas, I can't believe how fast things move on the outside. I saw an automobile once when I was young. Now, they're everywhere.
Brooks comes trudging up the sidewalk. He glances up as a prop-driven airliner streaks in low overhead.
The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
He arrives in Brewster. It ain't much to look at. Interior Brewster Hotel, day, 1954. A woman leads Brooks up the stairs and towards the top floor. He has trouble climbing so many stairs. Nez,
Yep. No music in your room after 8 p.m. No guests after 9. No cooking except on the hot plate.
People even talk faster and louder.
interior Brooks' room, day, 1954. Brooks enters. The room is small, old, dingy. Heavy wooden beams cross the ceiling. An arched window affords a view of Congress Street. Traffic noises drift in. Brooks sets his bag down. He doesn't quite know what to do. He just stands there, like a man waiting for a bus.
The parole board got me this halfway house they called the Rooster and a job bagging groceries at the Foodway.
Interior Foodway Market, day, 1954. Loud, jangling with people and noise. Brooks is bagging groceries. Registers are humming. Kids are shrieking.
Make sure he double bags. Last time your man didn't double bag and the bottom near came out.
You double bag like the lady said, you understand?
Yes, sir. Double bag. Surely will. It's hard work. I try to keep up, but my hands hurt most of the time. I don't think the store manager likes me very much.
Exterior Park, day, 1954. Brooks sits alone on a bench, feeding pigeons.
Sometimes after work, I go to the park and feed the birds. I keep thinking Jake might show up and say hello, but he never does. And I hope wherever he is, he's doing okay and making new friends.
Interior Brooks' room, night, 1954. Dark. Traffic outside. Brooke wakes up, disoriented, afraid. Somewhere in the night, a loud argument is taking place.
I have trouble sleeping at night. The bed's too big. I have bad dreams like I'm falling. I wake up scared, and sometimes it takes me a while to remember where I am.
Interior Foodway, day 1954.
Maybe I should get a gun and rob the foodway so they'd send me home. I could shoot the manager while I was at it, sort of like a bonus.
Interior Brooks' room, day 1954. Brooks is packing his worldly possessions into the carry bag, undershirts, socks, etc.
But I guess I'm too old for that nonsense anymore.
Interior Brooks' room, shortly later, 1954. Brooks is dressed in his suit. He finishes knotting his tie, puts his hat on. The letter lies on the desk, stamped and ready for mail. His bag is at the door.
I don't like it here, and I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I have decided not to stay.
He takes one look at the only thing left to do. He steps into a wooden chair in the center of the room, pulls out a pocket knife, and glances up at the ceiling beam. He steps up into the chair and wobbles queasily. Now facing the beam, he carves a message into the wood. Brooks Hatland was here. He smiles with a sort of inner peace.
I doubt they'll kick up any fuss. Not for an old crook like me.
Tight
Hey, that's
on a
great.
chair.
Hey, listen up. We're going to take a quick break here. This is where we'll have our intermission. I think it's a good place for that. And
He's got to hang
just
himself
to let
first.
you know, let's see
At
here.
least let him drop and kick out, man. Come on. I mean, he's like
Yeah,
right
you
there.
want him
Like,
to drop kick out? Okay, go ahead. And then we'll take a 5-minute break and let Izzy run that video that she made for us today. It's a really great video. I want y'all to see that. Welcome to the show.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Sasquatch is a little bit inebriated. I'm drinking for the moment. I mean, now, I buried a very good friend of mine this week, and it's been really chewing on my brain. I've been planning.
Aw.
Well,
My
hopefully
condolences, sir.
this will help, get your
It was
mind
hard.
off of it a minute. I know. My condolences.
Yeah,
it's one of
sorry,
those.
Caucasian.
We got to do it. We got to do it. You got to carry your friends to the beyond, or it don't count, or something. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, there's things you got to do in life, and you have to do it. And you have to be
Man, we buried our mother this year, so it's been one of those years, man, and post, pandemic and everything else.
Hit me up
So
when
you
I'm
hang
sober.
in there,
I'm a much more rational individual.
Yeah. Oh, you've been a great participant in these shows, man. I appreciate everything that you do.
Oh,
Let's
dude.
see. So we want to finish that scene out, or
Sure.
what?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, tight on
I'm going to make
chair.
a note here where we need to cut. So
his weight shifts on the wobbly chair, and it goes out from under him. His feet remain where they are, kicking feebly in midair. His hat falls to the floor. Angle widens. Brooke has hanged himself. He swings gently, facing the open window. Traffic noises float up from below.
Okay, that's where we need to cut. Let me make a note. Intermission.
And let's be
Don't you
honest,
think that's where intermission needs to be?
For 20 minutes, man.
Sounds
That's
good, Scully.
long.
All right. Okay. Izzy, you want to run that video that you made for us today, and we'll take a quick 5-minute break.
I've
You
got
guys
it
feel
loaded.
free to talk amongst yourselves, and we'll pick back up and do a little bit more tonight. Y'all making really good ground. I'm very happy with it. So go ahead and take that away, Izzy, and we'll be right back.
So I got this Swahilian guest here.
Sorry I was late. My son is here. He surprised me. Nikki and Bert, you'll get to meet my son.
All the mics are hot, just so you know.
Mine's not. I got special buttons.
Ooh. They're special buttons. Special.
Y'all say hi to the people out there. Hi, people out there.
Hi.
Thank you, Vegas. Odd Mysteries, thank you for being here. Janica, of course. Blood Dragoon. I see I'm doing this by myself.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and supporting.
Thank you. Hey, DJ.
Well, why interrupt you when you're doing a good job?
I'm going to the bathroom. Y'all go ahead.
All right, tinkle break.
Hi, Vegas.
Hey, watch this video that I took all this time to prepare.
Hi, John Boy.
While Izzy goes to the litter box, thank you so much for coming and supporting. Please do share it out.
You roboted out, baby. I'm so sorry. Try that again.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. While Izzy goes to the litter box, please take a moment to share the stream out on your social media, if you're so inclined.
Absolutely. I did that like on the way in after I took a few shots.
Wonderful.
Can I say one thing about my boy Russell?
Go for
Go for it.
Russell was the type of man who would give you the shirt off his back if you'd take his pants with them.
If you'd piss your pants with him?
If you would take his pants with them. He would give you the shirt off his back if you took his pants too.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Dude, he was super sweet, no doubt there. Look, smartest man I ever met. Smartest person on earth I ever met. Myself. Me. And that means I've buried the smartest person I ever met and the strongest person I ever met. I don't really know what else to do with it.
Well, take everything you've learned from both and carry it with you till you meet them again.
Right. And so that leaves me a little terrified.
In his spirit.
Wait, terrified for what?
All right. So life in general killed the strongest man I ever met. Killed him outright. He killed himself. He quit. Cancer got the smartest man I ever met. So where are we left?
Nobody gets out alive. That's where we're at.
That's true. Anything you take out far enough on a long enough time frame ends in death.
I just want to put it out there, and I want it recorded that I do not want Squatch giving my eulogy.
Hey, that almost happened. That was a very near thing. Russell's dad asked me if I had anything to say. I said, absolutely, but not to these people. And he was like, okay. That man was he's an amazing person. He accepted me straight in as if, like, I'm sorry.
You're good.
You're okay. Hugs.
I'm sitting here listening.
Hey, Martin.
I was there for like 30 years. I didn't miss a whole lot. Evidently, I missed his uncle. His uncle come to me, asked me why I was staying with the family. I pointed at his mom. I said, I'm with her. He said, now that's my sister, and you're going to have to explain that. I pointed at his dad. I said, I'm with him. He said, that's my brother-in-law. You're going to have to explain that. I said, how about this? I pointed at Russell in the casket. I said, I'm with him. Is that good enough to suit you? He sat there for a minute. He nodded. And he walked away and went straight to my brother that he did not know was my brother and asked him why I was over here. And he said, that's because that's Russell's brother. That's his family. And then explained who he was. I live in a very small town. They hand out snakes around here.
What?
Winter Booktuber, thank you for being here.
Like for housewarming gifts or like for your birthday? Or
just at a church. When you go to the church, they'll pass around some vipers just to make sure you're with the Lord.
Oh, my. Oh, Lord.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not exaggerating, not even a little bit. I do apologize for shocking some people. But hey, Jot, what's up, baby? I'm hammered. How you doing? This is me having my nervous breakdown. I've got about a half pint left before I completely clack out.
Well, we're here for you.
We're here for you. Yeah, we're pulling for you.
We love you, Caucasian.
What are you drinking, by the way?
Rum. The only drink worth
Who's getting ready to black out?
Yes.
Oh, I like some rum back in the day.
I'm attempting to black out.
Hey, Jod.
Cheap rum.
I love AJ. She's one of the few people that actually responded to me when I was like, "Yeah, I'm having a really screwed up week."
Thank you,
Yeah, I was looking for you earlier myself, man. You know,
I'm sorry, dude. I mean, like, I had things to do. It had
I'm
to
way
happen.
behind too. I mean,
Don't apologize to him,
Do so many
Squatch.
things and then I put them off. And
Hey, usually, honest to God, usually if I say I'm to be somewhere, I'm there. I'm solid as the sun itself. There are certain things that will take me out of my reliability quotient.
And that's how we heal.
I feel like
That's
we
how
about
we
got
heal.
this cast down. So, couple more sessions.
I got to be
man.
honest,
We're gonna be
Bingus is
solid
doing
with
a
a good
damn
cast
job
here.
on Andy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Bingus
Look, there's a
man.
mouse
Definitely
in this.
Bingus is playing Andy. Oh yeah, look at that. Izzy made that today.
I should have did a crow since they changed it up. Yeah, I said don't apologize to him. Hey,
Whatever
Bubbles.
role, whatever role needs to be filled, Scully. It's fine.
And I really like, Steve-O playing Red. He's doing a great job with Red.
Agreed. I agree with that.
I agree.
He's doing excellent Red. He does an amazing Red.
And in a prominent role is also Hadley, which I kind of feel like there's a lot of back and forth with Andy and Hadley and so on. And it might be a good role for you, Caucasian. You know,
if you wish, I'll do whatever you have left over. Or
I just feel more balanced like that. For some reason,
me and Bingus do work off each other well. That's true. We've worked together before. We do work off each other well.
I mean, Andy's one of the main roles. He's got his work cut out with just that role alone, and maybe putting a couple spots here and there.
You're the director, brother.
Yeah, do what you want to do, man.
Bingus, sir, I am smoking frosted flakes. Have you ever heard of frosted flakes?
Izzy,
That's a new one.
A
They
very
got
wise decision. A very wise decision, especially in the
really.
Because they're great.
Was it
wise? But you need to balance out the company that you're in. That's why.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. Hey, look, AJ got Izzy popsicles out there.
If you want some really top shelf, just email me.
Apparently, I'm smoking Italian white seed apple exotic.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Out the door, man.
Out the door.
Okay.
Dog shit.
It's mostly Maui Wowie, man.
You just Maui.
Have you ever heard me do the narration of Cheech and
That is
Chong?
good.
Oh my God.
You
We
do
should
an
do
excellent
that
Chong,
one
brother.
night.
That's excellent. That's pretty good. I do a good Chong, and I can respect the person who does a good Chong.
Just don't,
Gotta
whatever
do
you do,
Maui,
don't look at
Maui,
Strawberry's birthmark.
Bubbles.
Bubbles, butterfly, welcome to the building.
Hey, when I got my teeth, when I got my reconstructive surgery, I can't do that anymore. I can't do it right. All of this is different now.
I have to do it from the bottom.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe that'll work. Hold on. Far too much fur.
Labrador, man.
It's Labrador, man. What?
No, don't take that.
Even I
one,
can
man.
say it better than Scully.
I gave you the wrong one, man.
I definitely don't eat that one.
Oh, man, this looks like a toothpick, man.
You didn't take that, did you, man?
man, it is a toothpick, man. I hope your dick's bigger than this, man.
Full of the damn
Are we doing up in
weed
smoke right
baby.
now, or we should do up in smoke? Hey, Naughty Nikki.
Mustache, man.
Hi.
I got a buddy at United Fruit.
Hi. Suddenly, Steve-O's voice is very high. Okay, are we starting, boss?
Okay, so
I liked your
we
video, Izzy.
are
Yes, beautiful video,
Thank you.
Izzy.
starting. It is
Thank you.
great.
Well, thank you.
We're
Right.
plowing forward pretty well. So that was where we're going to come back in for intermission. And so we got that. Let me highlight that real quick. Thank you guys for all helping out and coming in tonight.
That's beautiful, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
Jeez, had to be pink. Exterior exercise yard, Shawshank, day. Andy reads the letter to Red and the others. Hey, Tiffany. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
P.S. Tell Haywood I'm sorry. I put a knife to his throat. No hard feelings.
Let's watch stop.
Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Back up. Go
Yeah,
back
back
up.
up a hair. Get that right.
Yeah.
Tell Haywood,
That's
I'm sorry I put a knife to his throat. No hard feelings. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to get
My
my
wife
fluff
had
cleaned
no
up on here too. So
Now, hang on. Now, is that Andy reading the letter, or is that?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
want Andy's
He's
voice
writing
reading the letter.
Look, Andy reads the letter to Red and the others. He's reading it to the other prisoners.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Yes, tell Haywood I'm sorry. I put a knife to his throat. No hard feelings. A long
A long
silence.
silence.
okay, good.
A long silence. Andy folds the letter, puts it away softly. I should
I'll
have
get it
smoked
cleaned up.
links,
I know
y'all.
it's confusing. So.
It probably seeing me over here grinning like a Cheshire cat ain't helping none at all. But I'm sorry, I can't keep hitting the button.
As long as y'all are having fun, okay.
I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
sitting here.
Everybody having
I
fun?
should have smoked.
Oh, yeah.
I should have smoked.
Hello, my
Hey,
pretty.
Genzora. Genzora.
But I'm smoking right now. There's no excuse.
I'll
You, my pretty.
You're drunk.
Eat you, my
Here is
pretty.
his beautiful sound. Meow.
Put 'em up. Put
Okay.
'em up.
Put 'em up.
Put 'em up.
Put 'em up.
Origin.
When's the long silence going to happen? I'm still waiting for a long silence here. Get
She
on
does
this.
have a point.
A long silence. Andy folds the letter, puts it away softly.
He should have died in here, goddammit.
Interior Shawshank corridors. Day 1955. Rapid dolly with Hadley. He's striding, pissed off. A man on a mission. He straight arms a door and emerges into exterior Shawshank prison wall. Day 1955. The wall overlooking the exercise yard. He leans on the railing, scans the yard, sees Andy chatting with Red.
Dufresne, what the fuck did you do? Your ass, warden's office, now.
Andy shoots a worried look at Red, then heads off. Interior guard, desk warden's outer office. Day 1955. Dozens of parcel boxes litter the floor. While he's a duty guard, picks through them. Hadley
That's so
enters
funny.
nest, and then there was that damn video. Scully with the pick into the nose. Hadley enters trailed by Andy.
What is all this?
You tell me, fuckstick. They're addressed to you, every damn one.
Wally thrusts an envelope at Andy.
Fuck,
Andy just stares at it.
well, take it.
Andy takes the envelope, pulls out a letter, reads.
Dear Mr. Frame, in response to your repeated inquiries, the State Senate has allocated the enclosed funds for your library project. What? This $200.
Wally grins. Hadley glares at him. The grin vanishes.
In addition, the library district has generally responded with a charitable donation of used books and sundries. We trust this will fill your needs. We now consider the matter closed. Please stop sending us letters. Yours truly, the State Comp Controller's Office.
Yeah, let's pull.
Andy gazes
pull
around
up,
at the boxes.
Izzy, pull up Bingus's volume a little bit.
I did already.
10%.
Oh, you did. Just a
Yeah.
tiny bit.
It was
Equal.
it was loud.
Am I doing? Is it too low or what?
Just a little bit too low.
I'll just
You have two choices. You can enunciate a little bit harder.
You're
or we
clear.
can turn you up about 10%.
Danica.
Or Bingus. You
Well, no, I
could
think it needs
tell
to
all
just
of us
pull
to
the
shut
mic up
up
a little
so
bit.
you can read.
That would be my first choice, but I'm trying to be polite.
I know. I did it for you.
Thank you, dear.
You got, yeah, that sounds
Hadley,
good.
it's up to you now.
I want all this cleared out before the warden gets back. I shit you not.
Hadley exits. Andy touches the boxes like a glove-struck man touching. No,
Like
Andy
a
touches the
love-struck
boxes like a
man
love-struck
touching-
man
What?
touching a more beautiful woman while he grins.
Mm-hmm. Good for you, Andy.
Only took 6 years. From now on, I'm sending 2 letters a week instead of 1.
I believe you're crazy enough. Better get this stuff downstairs, like the captain said. I'm gonna pinch a loaf when I get back. It's all going right.
Oh my God.
All
Andy
behave,
nods.
behave
I'm
yourself,
wrong.
man.
He did that wrong.
So
I'm
how
gonna
do
go
I,
pinch a loaf. When
how
I
do I
get back,
follow this?
you better be done.
Bubbles butterfly.
1 at a time.
Andy nods while he disappears into the toilet, Jughead comics in his hand. Alone now, Andy starts going through the boxes like a starving man exploring packages of food. He doesn't know where to turn first. He gets giddy, ripping boxes open and pulling out books, touching them and smelling them. He rips open another box. This one contains old phonograph player, industrial gray and green, the words Portland Public School District stenciled on the side. The box also contains stacks and stacks of used record albums. Andy reverently slips a stack from the box and starts flipping through them. Used Nat King Cole's, Bing Crosby, etc. He comes on across a certain album, Mozart's Lenos Day Figaro. Oh my God. He pulls it from the stack, gazing upon it as a man transfixed. It is a thing of beauty. It is the grail.
Does anybody know how that's
Interior-
pronounced?
Le Nose de
Nozze
Figaro.
Figaro? Say
Le
again?
Nose de Figaro.
Le Nozze de Figaro.
Yeah, that's not wrong. It's just there's some trilling in the R's. That's it.
In English, I believe
Actually,
it's Marriage of Figaro.
Figaro, not Figaro.
Figaro.
Marriage of Figaro. And the individual is named Figaro of the Marriage of the Figaro. Marriage of Figaro.
So he
Figaro,
comes
say
across a
Fi-
certain album, Mozart's Le Nozze de Figaro, something like that.
There you go.
Well, my southern ass can't say it, so
I don't know if
there.
I can
My
either.
southern
That's
ass
one thing.
can, and I will say it if you wish. I'm sorry. I do
Le
apologize.
Nozze de Figaro.
Nose
There
de
you
Figaro.
go.
They know this day
Anyway.
Figaro. Okay, I'm more.
Interior bathroom.
Okay,
Excellent.
day 1955. Wiley sits in one of the stalls, Jughead comics on his knees. Interior guard station outer office, day 1955. Andy wrestles the phonograph player onto the guard's desk, sweeping things onto the floor in his haste. He plugs the machine in. A red light warms up. The platter starts spinning. He slides the Mozart album from the sleeve, lays it on the platter, and lowers the tone arm to his favorite cut. The needle hisses in the groove, and the music begins. Lilting gorgeous.
He
Andy
knows
sings it while his
about
hair
the photo.
overcome by its beauty. It's the Utono. Separate toe. A
Yes, we
duet
know
sung by
this one
Susanna
is
Hey, that
Jessel.
show don't step on my toe.
So the Giultino says
Dutino
Subres
che suave
Zephyr
zevreto.
interior
Susanna and the
bathroom day,
Contessa.
1955. Andy shoots a look at the bathroom and smiles. Go for broke. He lunges to his feet and barricades the front door. Then the bathroom. He returns to the desk, positions the PA microphone. He works up his courage, then flicks all the toggles to on. A squeal of
Can I
feedback.
ask you a direct question?
No.
Is this
When
too
she's done
much?
reading, you can.
Very well.
Thank you, Bingus. He works. Look, he works up his courage. He works up his courage, then flicks all the toggles to on. A squeal of feedback echoes briefly. Interior, exterior, various PA speakers. Day 1955. And the Mozart is suddenly broadcast all over the prison. Interior, bathroom day 1955. While he lunges to his feet, pants tangling around his ankles.
I want to hear that question.
Yeah, let's stop there and see what's up. There's a lot to narrate there.
I have no issue with anything that's taking place. I want to be clear about that. I'm curious, is this too much narration for you at a go? Some of it seems to go a little too long. You're good with it?
Well, I do. I mean, I still got to clean. I'm gonna take some. I got to take
Okay.
about 20% of it out anyway,
Super.
man, just for time
But
constraints.
if she's good with
I'm
it,
not
I'm
even
good
going to
with
be
it.
in
I
the
want
show.
to
I'm
ask
just
Yeah, she's not. I'm going to
just-
be narrating.
I'm just
so
running
I'm
lines
just trying
with
to
y'all.
like. She's
sorry.
taking
I
care of that,
apologize.
so I can
I'm
get a
late.
bird's eye view. And
I
y'all, I mean, everything's
apologize.
cool.
I'm late to the show. I showed up
Yep.
No,
today.
just to
Ask
let
the
everybody
question.
know, we don't have
That's
the full cast together yet. So, and I'm real
Yeah.
close right now, and I'll announce a
Just-
full
hey.
rehearsal one night, and then I'll have you guys read
I'm
from
not
the
throwing
script,
smoke,
you know.
baby. I'm not throwing smoke. I'm just asking questions.
No, you're gonna get a script.
If
Don't you
you're
worry about
narrating
things.
and she's narrating and there is spread out a little bit, it'll work just fine. One
Mhm.
person narrating all of it all the time at all times, that could be difficult for the person doing that narrating. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
That's
it
it.
is a lot. It ain't
It's
no
a lot.
lie. It wear you out, man.
Believe me, I'm
Um,
used to talking.
I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
can
I
I
can
can I
But
talk
can
to
talk.
we're not
I'll-
going to finish the whole thing tonight anyway.
Go ahead.
So anyway, let's see. We'll start here at 144.
No
I guess.
disrespect.
That's all right.
Interior
Everybody
guard
take a
station
deep breath.
day.
We'll just move forward.
Interior guard station day 1955. Andy is reclined in the chair, transported, arms fluidly conducting the music. Ecstasy and rapture. Shawshank no longer exists. It has been banished from the mind of the men.
I have no idea to this day what them two Italian ladies were singing about. Truth is, I don't want to know. Some things are best left unsaid. I'd like to think they were singing about something so beautiful it can't be expressed in words that makes your heart ache because of it. Tell you those voices soared higher, farther than anybody in the gray place dares to dream. It was like some big beautiful bird flapped into our drab little cage and made these walls dissolve away. And just for the briefest of moments, every last man at Shawshank felt free.
Great.
And I'm going to say something.
Beautiful.
Squatch.
I'm
I want to
sorry.
say something.
I'm sorry.
Not trying
I'm
to
so
take
sorry.
away from what the reading. No, just now what I wanted to say was when I was having problems was when he was bouncing the
Hey, man,
She's
you know,
got a
down.
little lag in it too. So
That was not the concern. The concern was in the lag between him controlling the reading and you controlling your reading of it. Does that make sense? I'm just saying if it was broken up a little bit, it might work a little better. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll go away and stop talking.
well, just to give you a time frame, probably a week from today, you'll have an actual script in your hand, and we'll read from the scripts. And
I'm sure that'll solve
you know?
Mingus.
Oh yeah. And this
just
isn't even an official rehearsal yet, so
I'm not.
and part of
I'm
it's because
not
I've
here.
been so behind trying to play catch up myself, and I got a little bit burned out a few weeks ago. I had
I
to
don't
take a bit
blame
of
you.
a break,
Brother,
It
I took a
happens.
vacation and had a friend die in the same week and was like,
Ugh.
well, shit happens. Life sucks. We
You
deal with
can't
it.
win for losing sometimes, But
So we're
Yes,
doing it
Mingus.
again.
everybody be aware that when you go nose to the grindstone, burnout can become real. So if you don't
Yes,
pace
sir.
yourself, everything can fall to the wayside, man.
Yes, sir.
Trying to avoid that happening. So
All right. Yeah,
But,
no, you do you, dude. This is your channel. I'll do whatever you ask me to do. I was simply asking a question. I wasn't trying to start any trash. I'm
no problem, man.
I'm a little drunk. I might not follow the conversation quite clearly. I'm trying.
You
real
might
Change
look,
a
dude.
little
You
to a
might be a
lot.
little drunk, but you
You're
show
a lot
up.
drunk,
That's the
let's
thing
be
about
honest.
you. You
Mingus?
show
Go
up.
ahead, Bingus.
It's
Bingus.
all about showing up.
Hey, I have a question, Scully.
Yes.
Did you expand the reading material on the screen to cover the whole
Yes.
so that we could see? So
I'm
you don't have
wondering,
to
I've got
scroll
it
as
as
much.
big as I can make it. Like as
No,
far
we
as-
don't
No,
have
you-
to be here,
It's
Scully.
not
We
big.
don't have to be here. You can get rid of
Look,
us. and have
Scully,
that- that's
pull
full
from the
screen.
bottom.
Thank you.
Can you pull down from the bottom?
Let's see here.
That's not how it works from his perspective. He's looking at it from
Yeah,
the
go.
owner's
Yeah,
What
down
do you
at the bottom.
mean?
See if you
Right there. You got
look.
you were there.
No, go down to. Bring your cursor
I'm at the
down.
max 200% right
Hold on.
now.
Hold on. No.
No, that's not what I
Give me
mean.
a minute. Hold on, please. The only
So-
part we want to see is the shared screen with the script. We love you dearly, but we don't have to be on your channel visibly. So we'd like to be able to
So
read
you
the
can
script.
see it there, right?
Expand
I
it.
can see it. Some people can't.
Mm.
It is.
I
a
can't
Remove
lot.
make it
us.
any bigger. I don't know why.
You can.
Maybe let me
Choose-
try this. Let me
Hold
try
on.
this.
Hold on.
There
Yes,
you go.
that works. Thank you.
Much better.
That's fair. I'll take that.
Okay.
Interior
better?
prison court.
Okay.
Interior prison corridor day, 1955. Norton striding up the hallway with Hadley.
It pissed the warden off something terrible.
Norton and Hadley breaking the door in. Andy looks up with a sublime smile. We hear Wiley pounding on the bathroom door.
Andy got 2 weeks in the hole for that little stunt.
Interior solitary confinement, day 1955. Andy doesn't seem to mind. His arms sweep to the music still playing in his head. We hear a faint echo of the soaring duet. Interior mess hall, day 1955.
Couldn't play something good, huh? Hank Williams?
They broke the door down before I could take requests.
Was it worth 2 weeks in the hole?
Easiest time I ever did.
Shit, no such thing as an easy time in the hole. A week seems like a year down there.
Yeah, I had Mozart to keep me company. Hardly felt the time at all.
Oh, they let you tote that record player down there, huh? I could have swore they confiscated that stuff.
The music was here and here. That's the one thing they can't confiscate. Not ever. That's the beauty of it. Haven't you ever felt that way about music, Greg?
I played a mean harmonica as a younger man. Lost taste for it. Didn't make much sense in the inside.
Here's where it makes most sense. We need it so we don't forget.
Forget?
That there are things in this world not carved out of gray stone. That there's a small place inside of us they can never lock away. And that
Scroll.
Oh, he's cutting that last line off. My bad. All right, I got it.
and that place is called hope.
Hope is a dangerous thing. Drive a man insane. It's got no place here. Better get used to the idea.
Like Brooks did?
Fade to black. An iron barred door, one slides open with an enormous clang. A stark room beyond camera pushes through. 7 humorless men sit at a long table. An empty chair faces them. We are again in interior Shawshank's hearings room. Day. Red enters, 10 years older than when we first saw him. At a parole hearing, he removes his cap and sits.
Says here you were served 30 years of a life sentence.
Phil, you been rehabilitated?
Yes, sir, without a doubt. I can say I'm a changed man. No danger to society. That's the God's honest truth. Absolutely rehabilitated.
Close up parole form. A big rubber stamp slams down. Rejected. Exterior prison yard dusk. Red emerges from fading daylight. Andy's waiting for him.
Same old, 30 years, Jesus. When you say it like that.
You wonder where it went. I wonder where 10 years went.
Red nods solemn. They settle in the bleachers. Andy pulls a small box from his sweater, hands it to Red.
Anniversary gift. Open it.
Red does. Inside the box, on a thin layer of cotton, is a shiny new harmonica, bright aluminum and circus red.
Had to go through one of your competitors. Hope you don't mind. Wanted it to be a surprise.
It's very pretty, Andy. Thank you.
You gonna play something?
Red considers it, shakes his head softly.
Not today.
Interior cell block 5, Andy's cell, night, 1957. Men line the tiers as the evening count is completed. The convicts step into their cells. The master switch is thrown, and all the doors slam shut. Ka-thump. Andy finds a cardboard cube on his bunk. The note reads, "A new girl for your 10-year anniversary. From your pal, Red." Interior, Andy's cell later, 1957. Marilyn Monroe's face fills the screen. Slow pullback reveals the new poster, the famous shot from The 7-Year Itch. On the subway grate with skirt billowing up, Andy sits gazing at her as lights out commences. Interior, Red cell night. And we find Red gazing blankly as darkness takes the cell block, adding up the months, weeks, days. He regards the harmonica like a man confronted with a Martian artifact. He considers trying it out, even holds it briefly to his lips. Almost embarrassed, he puts it back in the box, untested. And there the harmonica will stay.
Andy was as good as his word. He kept writing to the state senate, 2 letters a week instead of 1. In 1959, the folks of Augusta finally clued into the fact they couldn't just buy him off with a $200 check. Appropriations Committee voted an additional payment of $500 just to shut him up. Those checks came once a year like clockwork.
Interior, Prison Library, day, 1960. Red and the boys are opening boxes, pulling out books.
You'd be amazed how far Andy could stretch it. He made deals with book clubs, charity groups. He bought remanded books by the pound.
Treasure Island, Robert Lewis.
Stevenson. Next.
I got here auto repair manual and a book on soap carving.
Trade skills and hobbies. Those go under educational. Stack right behind you there.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Cristo, you dumb shit.
By Alexandre Dumas.
Dumas. You boys like that one. It's about a prison break.
Chloe tries to take the book. Haywood yanks it back. I saw it first. Red shoots Andy a look.
Maybe that should go under educational, too.
Interior woodshop, day 1961. Red is making a sign, carefully routing letters into a long plank of wood. It turns out to be Interior Prison Library, day 1963. The varnished wood sign over the archway, Brooks Hatland Memorial Library. Tilt down to reveal the library in all its completed glory. Shelves lined with books, tables and chairs, even a few potted plants. Haywood is wearing headphones, listening to Hank Williams on the record player.
By the year Kennedy was shot, Andy had transformed a broom closet smelling of turpentine into the best prison library in New England.
Exterior, Shawshank Prison, day 1963. Flashbulbs pop as Norton addresses members of the press.
That was also the year Warden Norton instituted his famous Inside Out program. You may remember reading about it. It made all the papers, and it got his picture in Life magazine.
You're going to have to scroll up more. Okay, thank you. A genuine progressive advance in corrections and rehabilitation. Our inmates, properly supervised, will be put to work outside these walls performing all manner of public service. Cutting pulpwood, repairing bridges and causeways, digging storm drains. These men can learn the value of an honest day's labor while providing a valuable service to the community. And at a bare minimum of expense to Mr. and Mrs. John Q. Taxpayer.
Sounds like road ganging, if you ask me.
Nobody asked you.
In the background, a winch cable snaps and whips through the air, damn near severing a man's leg. He goes down, screaming in mud and blood, pinned by a fallen tree stump. Men rush over to help him. Norton barely takes notice.
Ned, I wouldn't worry too much over this contract. Seems to me I've already got my boys committed elsewhere. You'll be sure and thank Maisie for this fine pie.
Interior, Norton's office, night, 1965. Angle on Maisie's pie, several pieces gone.
And behind every shady deal, behind every dollar earned.
Tilt up to Andy at the desk, munching thoughtfully as he totals up figures on an adding machine.
There was Andy, keeping the books.
Andy finishes preparing the bank deposits. Norton hovers over the desk, keeping a watchful eye.
Two deposits. Costco Bank and New England First. Night drop, like always.
Norton pockets the envelopes. Andy crosses to the wall safe and shoves the ledger and sundry files inside. Norton locks the safe, swings his wife's spring sampler back into place. He cocks his thumb at some laundry and 2 suits in the corner.
Get my stuff down to laundry. 2 suits for dry clean and a bag of whatnot. Tell them if they ever overstarch my shirts again, they're going to hear about it from me. How do I look?
Very nice.
Big charity to do up Portland way. Governor's going to be there. Want the rest of that? Woman can't bake worth shit.
Interior prison corridor, night, 1965. Andy trudges down the corridor with Norton's laundry, the pie box under his arm. Interior, library, day, 1965. Tilt up for pie, to find Red munching away as he helps Andy sort the books on the shelves.
Got his fingers in a lot of pies, is from what I hear.
What you hear isn't half of it. He's got scams you haven't dreamed of. Kickbacks on his kickbacks. There's a river of dirty money flowing through this place.
Money like that can be a problem. Sooner or later, you gotta explain where it came from.
That's where I come in. I channel it, funnel it, filter it, stocks, securities, tax-free municipals. I send that money out into the big world, and when it comes back,
it's clean as a virgin's whistle.
Cleaner. By the time Norton retires, I'll have made him a millionaire.
Jesus, if they ever catch on, he's going to wind himself weighing a number himself.
I thought you had more faith in me than that.
I'm sure you're good, but all that paper leaves a trail, Andy. Anybody gets too curious. FBI, IRS, whatever. That trail's got to lead to somebody.
Sure it will, but not to me, and certainly not to the warden.
Well, who then?
Peter Stevens.
Who?
The silent partner. He's the guilty one, Your Honor. The man with the bank accounts. That's where the filtering and process starts. They trace it back, all they're going to find is him.
Yeah, okay, but who the hell is he?
A phantom. An apparition. Second cousin to Harvey the Rabbit. I conjured him up out of thin air. He doesn't exist, except on paper.
Andy, you just can't make a person up.
Sure you can. If you know how the system works and where the cracks are, it's amazing what you can accomplish by mail. Mr. Stevens has a birth certificate, social security card, driver's license. They ever track those accounts, they'll wind up chasing a figment of my imagination.
Jesus, did I say you were good? You're a fucking Rembrandt.
It's funny. On the outside, I was an honest man. Straight as an arrow. Had to come to prison to be a crook.
Huh.
Exterior prison yard, dusk.
I don't run the scams, Red. I just process the process. That's a fine line, maybe, but I've also built that library and used it to help a dozen guys get their high school diplomas. Why do you think the warden lets me do all that?
Keep you happy and doing the laundry. Money instead of the sheets.
I work cheap. That's the trade-off.
Two sirens draw their attention to the main gate. It swings open, revealing a prison bus waiting outside. Interior prison bus, dusk, 1965. Among those on board is Tommy Williams, a damn good-looking kid in his mid-20s. The bus rumbles through the gate. Exterior prison yard, dusk, 1965. The new fish disembark, chained together single file. The old-timers holler and shake the fence, a deafening gauntlet. Interior cell block 8, night, 1965. Tommy and the others are marched in naked and shivering, covered with delousing powder, greeted by taunts and jeers. Interior Tommy's cell, night, 1965. The bars slam with a steel clang. Tommy and his new cellmate take in their new surroundings. Thank you.
Tommy. Let me think here for a second. How much does Tommy do here?
He's got quite a bit for about 45 minutes and then nothing.
I'll be looking on the lookout for a Tommy character, so. Well, ain't this for shit.
Interior prison corridor day, 1965. Dollying Tommy as he struts along, combing his ducktail, cigarette behind his ear. We definitely need the coasters of Dale Vikings on the soundtrack here. Maybe Jerry Lee Lewis.
Tommy Williams came to Shawshank in 1965 on a 2-year stretch for B&E. Cops caught him sneaking TV sets out the back door of a J.C. Penney.
Interior woodshop day, 1965. A shrieking buzzsaw slices 10-foot lengths of wood. Red runs the machine while some other old-timers feed the wood.
Young punk, Mr. Rock and Roll, cocky as hell.
Tommy is hauling the cut wood off the conveyor and stacking it. It's a ball-busting job, but the kid's a blur.
Come on there, old boys. Moving like molasses, making me look bad.
The old guys just grin and shake their heads.
We liked him immediately.
Interior Mess Hall Day, 1965. Tommy regales the old boys with his exploits.
So I'm backing out the door, right? Had this TV, like this big old thing, couldn't see shit. Suddenly, here's this voice. Freeze, kid, hands in there. I just stand there holding on that TV, so the voice says, you hear what I said, boy? And I said, yes, sir, I sure did. But if I drop that fucking thing, you got me on destruction of property, too.
The whole table falls about laughing. Interior Library Day, 1965. Poker game in progress. Tommy, Andy, Red, and the boys.
They would. Still there, Caucasian?
You did a stretch in Cashman too?
Yeah, that was an easy ride, let me tell you. Work programs, work furloughs, not like here.
Sounds like you done time all over New England.
Been in and out since I was 13. Name the place, chances I've been there.
Perhaps it's time you consider a new profession. What I mean is, you don't seem to be a very good thief. Maybe you should try something else.
What the hell you know about it, Capone? What are you in for?
Everyone's innocent in here. Don't you know that?
The tension breaks. Everyone laughs.
As it turns out, Tommy had himself a young wife and a new baby girl.
Tommy enters the strut. Gone from his step, a little scared. He finds Andy filing library cards.
Whatever it was, something lit a fire under that boy's ass.
I'm thinking maybe I should try for high school equivalency. Here you help some fellas with that.
Well, I don't waste time on losers, Tommy.
I ain't no damn loser.
Well, that's a good start. If we do this, we do it all the way. 100%. Nothing half-assed.
Tommy thinks about it, nods.
Thing is, see, I don't read all that good.
Says the author.
Well,
Oh, you hush.
you come to the right place, man.
Let it go.
Interior Library Day. We find Andy giving an impassioned reading.
Up. Up. Thank you.
Sorry.
Down.
There.
The lamplight on him streams through his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.
Andy slaps the book shut, immensely pleased with himself.
So this raven just sits there, it won't go away?
That's right.
Why don't that fella get himself a 12 gauge and dust the fucker?
Interior Library Day, 1965. Tommy tries to read as Andy looks on.
The cat shat on the welcome mat.
Andy shakes his head. Not exactly. Interior Library Day, 1965. Andy talks the alphabet on a blackboard.
So Andy took Tommy under his wing, started walking him through his ABCs.
Interior Mess Hall Day, 1965. Tracked the table to Tommy and Andy discussed in a book.
Tommy took to it pretty well, too. The boy found brains he never knew he had.
Exterior Exercise Yard Bleachers Day, 1965.
The cat shimmied up the tree and crept stealthily out on the limb.
Interior woodshop day, 1965. Tommy intent on a paperback, mouthing the words. Behind him, wood is piling up on the conveyor belt.
After a while, you couldn't pry those books out of his hands. Ass and gear, son, you're putting us behind.
Tommy shoves the book in his back pocket and hurries over. Interior day library, 1965. Tommy writes a sentence on the blackboard. Andy steps in, shows him how to reconstruct it.
Before long, Andy started him on his course requirements. He really liked the kid. That was part of it. Gave him a thrill to help a youngster crawl off the shit heap. But that wasn't the only reason. Prison time is slow time. Sometimes it feels like stop time. So you do what you can to keep going. Some fellas collect stamps, others build matchstick houses. Andy built a library. But now he needed a new project. Tommy was it. It was the same reason he spent years shaping and polishing those rocks. The same reason he hung his fantasy girlies on the wall. In prison, a man will do most anything to keep his mind occupied.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna stop here tonight.
Hey, that's flawless. That's flawless.
That was wonderful.
That delivery was amazing. That's great.
So let me jump back over here to the stream and
thank you, Sasquatch.
Izzy, you can play your video again in the background if you want. Nice. Y'all did wonderful tonight. It came together better than I thought it would at this point. I got to clean a lot of fluff up, obviously, so it flows better, but I think we got most of the characters down.
I do apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not really.
Hi, Bingus.
People tend to do that when they drink.
No, I mean, I'm just not in the groove. I'm not with it. I'm not with the show. Like how
you'll get back.
I'll be sober next time. I swear to God, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown later. We'll be fine. I'll be good. I promise.
Well, you'd probably have fun to be around when you're drinking. So
no, sir. I am an absolute sinful individual. horrible, ruinous things to people near and far. I'm good at it.
Were you like that kid in the Goonies? He's like, you know, he would, and then everybody started puking. Oh, it was terrible.
Boy, I would do the truffle shuffle and set you all
weird. There we go.
I'm just saying, like, I have a tendency of people following me. They do the things that I do, and I don't mean for that to happen. It just sort of happens. And then we end up here.
And here we are.
Hey, Bingus, how you doing? Much love, brother. You're the best freaking... I just want to say one thing. I find your lack of happy thoughts disturbing.
I was going to say, in the summer of 2023, Bingus visited Colombia.
Bagel, and it was a good bagel.
He saw some of the prettiest doctors he's ever seen. Some improv with Morgan Freeman.
I mean, like, we could do whatever you like. We could do some James Earl Jones. We got a little bit of we could do stuff, but you want to play with.
Well, just look out at my voices in my box here.
You want your little voices in your box there?
Yeah, I got my
that's okay, buddy. I'll tell you what. We'll break out some Alex Jones, and then we'll break out a little bit of the Hulkster, baby.
Those guys are stupid.
Oh, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Can't hear you, Bingus.
Bingus, unmute yourself.
Must
Angela in the chat room, thank you for your warm.
Hey, no, Bingus, you're doing an excellent job.
Oh, thank you, sir. I just want to thank the chat room. I mean, some of the comments are very polite and welcome. Thank you very much. I'm glad you all are here. I really enjoy reading with all these characters, and that's exactly what they are. That's what we're all doing. These characters in a play, basically, that's reading for Scully. And
let's be honest. I'm a mythical creature pretending I'm a person, pretending I'm a mythical
I
creature.
got booted out.
Oh, but he's welcome here because it's his channel.
Get booted out your own stream.
so
We appreciate you hanging, Bingus.
All right, I'm out of here.
Bingus.
Okay, Bingus. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
be in touch.
Good night, Bingus. We love you.
Love you guys. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Sure.
Thank you.
What's
Aliens have arrived. Man, I got a TikTok video the other day. Some people that do the tongue clicking, you know, and they were telling everybody their names, and they were just like that.
Would you like me to continue with it? I'll do it.
Like, he's like, "What's your name?" And he would go, "What's your name?"
Hey, bro. Are we still live?
Didn't you hear
Yes,
him?
sir.
Okay.
It's comedy hour.
No,
Now.
we're good. We're good. I'm good with it. I'm fine.
Look at the ball and chain.
Homies
on
that
foot.
came before.
Oh my God. Izzy, you did a
You
great
may
job
call
on
me
that video,
Sasquatch.
guys.
Yes, wonderful job, Izzy.
Excellent.
Hey,
Thank you,
Izzy,
Danica,
yes,
Angela
I was
Critters.
no smokies. I was not saying you were doing a bad job. I was simply asking
Brain
if it's too much for an
tingles.
individual to do. That was all I'm asking. If you can do it,
Pinay,
I'm just saying, like, I'll help. I don't care. Help, no help. It's up to you. Your choices. Go with it.
Yeah, we went 2 hours, covered a lot of ground. Appreciate everything tonight.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel
Wonderful
kind of
cast. And, I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Hey, now if y'all wrote something yourself, I can always submit it. I'll read it for you. So
Hey, wait, I can do that. Hold on, I can help.
It's
happening everywhere. Scully,
doing the wave.
Whoa!
Got the
Immediately
wave
or it
going.
doesn't count. Okay.
I'm
Put
not
us all back
camming
down
up
at the
'cause my
bottom. I can
computer
start
might
it. We can
blow
wave
up.
it down.
All right, no, thank you guys. Probably
Hey,
get
man,
back
look.
on Saturday or something, you know. Maybe not take tomorrow off and try to grind back at it a little bit Saturday. What do you think?
I can sit here and be ironical for hours at a time. It doesn't really take a whole bunch of effort. It just takes me.
We'll be at Nez's
We'll be at
Saturday.
Nez's house on Saturday.
Scully, we're celebrating. We're celebrating Bert's birthday in
maybe
Nez's
we'll pick
studio
back up
Saturday
Sunday
night.
night with the next rehearsal. That'd probably be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Damn. I wish I could be up there. It'd be cool.
If you don't tell me by email, I can't be sure that I know.
I'll get you an email, man. I know.
I'm just saying, like
right on.
We'll send you a carrier pigeon.
I'll try my best. I mean, if somebody else dies, I can't help that. I'll go do that, but I'll try my best. I will help. I will collaborate. I will work with anybody involved. I'm good with it.
Right on.
We can do shows. We can do whatever you like.
We are going to do a couple of new things here soon, so I'll make some announcements. But
you know me. Send me whatever you got. I'll work with it. Whatever you want to do, I'll do that thing. I like that mouse. That is a nice mouse.
We still got to do Clue. We still got to do Sanford and Son, and for Thanksgiving, we need to do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Baby, I won't say that.
Yeah.
Dude, I can do John Candy all day. I can do Chevy Chase twice on Sunday.
No, you be the guy who comes to. You be the guy in the pickup truck and makes him ride in the back. Listen, you're a hog or a cattle. Come on, be that guy.
Can do the Griswolds.
I'm not particularly picky. I'm just saying. I can do accents. I can do different stuff.
What was
I
that?
was wondering if he wanted Red to be Irish or actually like the Morgan Freeman that ends up going that way. But Homie's doing a great job. Magnificent, excellent. Excellent.
That's cool.
Yes, Angela, we talked about it for a while now. Bingus already said he would do Grady, so that's going to be great.
I'll do whatever you ask. I don't care. Whatever you like.
It's the episode of Samson where there's marijuana in their garden. Oh boy, it's going to be a good one.
Good.
I'm just saying, I want information that takes place on my channel that doesn't involve me actually using my freaking brain. If y'all want to use your brain to make I will do voices to the end of freaking time. I have 100 million of them. I'd go as far as saying I have almost as much as Homie over here, but I've got better mic equipment.
Hey, Punky, will you grab that for me,
This
please?
is the best entertainment I've had all day right now.
Yeah,
You want jokes? I can tell you jokes. You want jokes?
Jokes and jokes and jokes and jokes and spaghetti.
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah, there
That
it is.
is not your normal hominid.
That's a Sasquatch skull.
That's not a hominid.
That's Caucasian skull right there.
That is not my skull. Not far off though.
Scully's birthday present.
Can I?
Scully.
Hey, wait. Correct me if I'm wrong, but am I not supposed to pose nude for you?
If you want to. You can talk about it. You can talk about it, or you can do it. Don't be like Johnny Smallpepper and run your yap and not do it. Why don't you go ahead and actually do it?
First to collaboration. Where are you? I will drive there.
Like I said, you can talk about it or you can do it. We'll see what happens.
I will do it. Simply tell me, where the fuck are you? Give me a general ballpark, like Louisiana / Ohio / Texas. Big places.
Ohio.
Okay,
Ooh,
all
I'll
right.
I'll
tell you what.
Down
I'll tell
here,
you,
man. I'm gonna
I
have to put
will
the
let
air
you know
conditioner on
whenever
my
I get to
computer,
it.
whatever. I'm hoping, you know what? I gotta hope that my computer will make it to the end of the show when we actually do the whole show, because it's so hot right now, man. It's lagging and all kind of shit.
I have 2 fans blowing into my room.
I know. I need more flow, man.
No, you don't understand. I
couldn't even talk a minute ago.
I have a retarded AC. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Well, you sweat it out. You'll be
and it is
fine.
a maybe situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, you guys.
Thanks,
I'm getting hot over here myself, so is my computer, and I got to
There's
tend to a few
Nikki's belly
things.
chain.
Oh hell yeah, man! Cool, awesome. Thank you, Caucasian, Steve-O, Nikki. Great seeing you.
Thank you
you,
guys
Nez,
so much.
and everybody else.
Have a good night.
I love
Y'all have
ya.
a good evening.
Bye. God bless you. Jesus bless you. Have a good night.
I'm gonna close out here with a video. Let's see what we
I'll
got
run every
here.
goddamn one of y'all.
I don't know if I got any. Yeah, she's got me some.
You might have to boot me. It's
All
not
right, here
ready.
we go, guys.
Tingle Grain.